Hi, I'm Meg. Welcome to Plant Fit Meg. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm continuing my Meg Tries series where I try a new to me recipe, something I've never tried before, from another content creator. And today we are making Gochujang Tofu from the one and only Rose over at Cheap Lazy Vegan. I'm very excited to dig into this recipe. I love Korean tofu, but I've never actually made it at home. I've only had it out and about in a restaurant context, so very excited to have a recipe that we can try at home. If you're unfamiliar with Rose from Cheap Lazy Vegan, she puts out lots of easy vegan recipes and other content related to veganism, and she's wonderful, so definitely go check her out. I'm sure that if you're watching this, you are probably already familiar with her, but go show her some love whether you are familiar with her content or not. I will have her channel and also her original recipe linked below so you can go check that out. Rose also lives in Canada, just like me, and she also co-owns a vegan restaurant in Calgary, Alberta, I believe. I'll leave that information linked below too in case you want to check that out. But let's jump right into this tofu recipe. Very excited to dive in. One change that I am making to this recipe that she mentions as part of the recipe is that you can make the tofu in your air fryer, and that's what I'm going to do today. So instead of doing oil in a pan and all of that jazz, I'm going to do an oil-free version in the air fryer. So let's get right into it. Okay, I'm starting off with chopping up my tofu. I have my soy-free tofu here that I'm going to make this recipe with. It's a fava bean tofu and it's really, really good. I'm looking forward to trying this recipe with regular tofu as well, and I'm sure it will turn out pretty much the same. So this block is a little bit smaller and shaped a little bit differently than your typical block of tofu. It's more square. So I'm chopping it into thirds here, and then chopping it into fourths and fourths again to get these cute little bite-sized pieces. Next, I'm popping the tofu into my bowl and adding 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'll give that a really thorough mix, and then it is ready for the air fryer. So I'm just putting about half the tofu in one basket and half in the other basket. Air frying at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and then I will flip and air fry for another 5 minutes just to make sure they're really nice and crispy. If you don't have an air fryer, you can add oil to a heated pan and fry the tofu, or you can bake it as well. While my tofu's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make my gochujang sauce, and I'm starting off with 3 tablespoons of gochujang, adding 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and soy sauce, adding in half a teaspoon of cinnamon, which in the recipe says is optional but highly recommended, and 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up really thoroughly. It smells pretty good already, and look at that gorgeous color. It looks really appetizing too. I'm really excited about this recipe. So my tofu is done, it's all crispy and ready to go. So I'm going to put it back into my bowl here and add the sauce over the top. I think this recipe is going to be delicious. It smells really good. It looks amazing, and I'm really excited to plate this up and give it a go and let you know what I think. So today I'm going to serve my gochujang tofu with some noodles. So I'm just popping some noodles on my plate here, adding some lovely stir-fried mixed veggies. I just popped those on the stovetop really quick while the tofu was finishing up cooking, and just a few minutes on the stovetop, really easy. Just adding a little water periodically to prevent it from sticking to the bottom. Now I'm adding this delicious looking tofu that I'm very excited to dig into, topping with some sesame seeds and some finely chopped green onion, and that is the plate. That is the first plate. I will show some other serving suggestions This tofu is so delicious. I really, really enjoyed it. So I absolutely loved that recipe. It was so delicious. It was a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, and just such a lovely flavor. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My husband Marsh and my kiddo also really loved it. My son was actually asking me when I was going to make it again, so he's very excited about this recipe. So definitely a 10 out of 10. We'll be remaking it and enjoying it. And editing Meg here popping in for a quick second. We have also remade this recipe since I filmed the Meg Tries video for it. So I did some batch cooking and I did 2 batches of the gochujang tofu. That's how much we loved it. And I made 1 soy-free block and 1 medium firm. Both delicious, texture slightly different, both amazing, both wonderful. Highly recommend both. I'll also pop in some photos of some other serving suggestions here with rice, with greens, and mixing it up and enjoying it in a different way. We've even had this in a wrap, and that was really, really good as well. So lots of options for this recipe. It can be really versatile. Let me know if you've given this recipe a try and what you thought of it, or if you're going to give it a try after seeing this video and seeing how it turned out. I hope you really enjoyed this video and found it helpful or entertaining or something. Remember to like this video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel below if you haven't already. It really helps me out and it helps YouTube push this video out to other humans who might also enjoy it. So that's much appreciated. Thank you so much for being here, being part of the Plant Fit Meg community. I really, really appreciate you. I hope you're having an amazing day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.